Boom, 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 boom. Do-do. Date. I'm gonna do a couple pre-tests tonight. Let's do some pre-tests in the sandbox and get ready for what them T11s are gonna look like with the upgrades. Does it make a difference is the question. Does it even make a difference? What up, free to play? What up? Hey, Vader. Good to have you in. Good to have you in. All right, gonna do get this. Gonna launch. All right, let's go with. Let's go with tank tonight. We've been doing air for so long, and everybody's seen the air. Came out with the finals for the air. It's time to turn the page a little bit. So, we'll do some tank and see if it makes a difference. If the T11 upgrades make any difference with tank. Leave that. What else we got? We got anybody else? Okay. Tank. What else we got? You know, one day, been saying it for a long time, but one day, I'm going to not have to switch gear. Now, that day may be in 2028, but that day will come when I don't have to switch this freaking gear around that we've been doing for so long. Hey, Chick Charlie. Oh, free to play. You won, though. I mean, in all fairness, you won on the right side. That right, I'm telling you, the right side is hard to beat. It is. It's hard to overcome. One, two, three. Did I get everybody? Oh, Kim. One of the most important. The most important. I'm gonna go in here and show a battle, and then whatever. Okay, let's just do a couple pre-tests here for the T11s. What I like to do is just kind of do a few tests on. Let's do a few tests in the tank, and then what we'll do is upgrade the T11 material tonight, and then we'll see if it made any difference whatsoever. I was teleporting right next. I know you were. You're right. I mean, in all fairness, I couldn't. What was I gonna do? It would kind of be jerky of me if I just went away and tried to win. Whatever. The point was for us to battle it out over a stupid box for 40 minutes of the battle. So I mean, it was all good, man. It was all bonus time. I mean. At that point, I hope you've already secured your victories. It's a little late in the game, so I know you sped up your. I know you did. So did I coming in. I thought I was going to be able to. I diamond sped into the into the silo. I thought I was going to be able to stop it, but no. It must have been pretty close though, right? Like I didn't see the final, but it must have been. It was around 27-27 or 20-28, something like that. So I thought maybe I could diamond speed it and do it, but it ended right when I hit. So. Whatever. Listen, winter. I don't know about you guys. If you're not having like free to play GJ over here, we were playing Winter Storm. He just happened to be in the Winter Storm today that I popped in. What are the odds? He just happened to be in Winter Storm today, so we were battling it out. But I'm telling you. If you aren't out there like having fun in Winter Storm, just warring it out, like just doing whatever you want to do out there, it's like you're missing out of the game. Like it's just it's just fun to play. I mean, I was probably on my like 17th, 18th game at that point over the last 24 hours, so it was a blast. All right, let's see. Let's get the testing sheet going here. Let me organize this a little bit and get ready. Hey, Before in the house. That's my boy. You my boy, Blue? That is the infamous Before you guys always see that I'm showing to you. That is quite the killer bee out there. Quite the killer bee. Love that guy. Chicken Charlie. Remember on the previous live stream you recommend to upgrade radar over armor for my next red gear, but what was the reason for it? Curious why. Typically when for the beginning my testing is showing that radar is always beating shield. I tested both of them on 7 different heroes. And radar always comes out on top. So from data by itself, I show you that radar wins out. So that's number one, why I recommend it to you. Going in, it's energy damage. I'm always tend to lean towards reducing the energy damage. And maybe at the end of the day, that's why it's coming out on top when I'm out there and I'm testing, whether it be Winter Storm. I've done live battles and tested it. I switched my in my battleground. I switched from tank to air to missile. I'm running out. I can't do this, by the way, guys. I'm really running out of opportunities because I'm already at like. I don't know what this is. I can't remember what level I'm on, but it's really high, and I'm running out of battleground tests. I can't afford to win anymore. I'm 586, and it only goes to 600. So, like, I was at 5 when I started battle testing in here. I was at around 5. I was behind King. I was probably like around like 572 or 3, and then I started like testing and ripping through doing stuff. And so, like, some of the testing I was doing was that, like, the gear testing, because what I wanted to do was beat the team and see, like, okay, how does it work against air and how does it work against missile? I can't test everything against tank to tell you things like, does radar work? Sure, it works against tank. What does that mean, against other people? But sure enough, when you're facing Tesla and, who's energy? Diva, I think. Who's that? What do we got for heroes? Sorry. Let's look at what they're. Yeah, I don't memorize the skills. She energy. So you're gonna get radar, Diva. You got Kim. I think Kim's not is energy. Kim energy. Stetman is energy. Swift physical, but Tesla's energy. Yep, Tesla's energy, and I'm trying to think who else. Somebody else. Morrison. Morrison physical. Morrison might be physical. No, yeah, he's physical. So I mean, your big players though, you know, Kim, Tesla, Diva, energy damage. So that's probably why you're seeing the tests that I run that comes out radar is beating out shield. So just up your defense, man. What I've seen actually run those tests though to counter that, the next test that ran better with gear was doubling up on the defense. So it was not only to just do radar, it was also to do shield. So, you know, go figure. Like if you had your big damage dealer already offensed out with mythic, with a mythic gun and mythic chip, by far it was defense like stole the show. Like over and over again, I added one at a time, and it wasn't close. Like defense, because I mean it makes sense, common sense. Like you can also, I mean, those who like to do the front. I think we talked about this last night, and I was doing it live to show that the front damage dealer doesn't work, but you know it works, but it doesn't work. Like it's so unstable, right? We keep talking about that, but I can tell you that like if you want to do the strategy of the front damage dealer, then it works great when you have the shield and the radar both going, because you have to put strong armor. If you're going with the front damage, you have to put the strong armor on your damage dealer, or it's just they're just going to evaporate. So that's the whole premise of the strategy is to gear them out and then let them survive up front. It's just unstable. It works but then you have to say sometimes. So anyway, that's what I did, testing it out and whatever. Actually, the guy, one of the guys I was talking about last night that fought, that we were going over the battle report for, who was it? Oh, right here. Is it Attachal? Attachal or Attachi? I think. Latachal. Anyway, reached out to me. We were bull crapping, and this is his friend too, Bagel. That team that you were fighting, Vader, really bad. Like they're really good. SXL, tough team, man. Me and Vader were saying that yesterday in the chat. They're a tough team. Incredibly active, strong. I think that guy. Here I am talking about 100 million, and then he showed me the standings, Vader. I think he had 200 million kill event points, which is really just cool. You get nothing but a golf clap for me anytime you show up with 200 million on kill event. I'll tell you that right now. The WWC, that's what you get. That's what you get from us, because man, do we love that. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. Okay. So let's just run a couple tests before we get going. I'll leave Marshall lined up with Kim. It was funny because we were talking about the Marshall lineup, right? And so I don't use tank. So theory, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe if you use it against Marshall. Then I thought about my air results, and I said Marshall's always on the right side, right? And the test results came out against tank, air versus tank. And I put in I don't know if you guys saw my video. We dropped it today as far as how the air results came out. And I said in the air results, because I thought it was incredibly important to put in there, Marshall was on the right side. He was lined up with Sarah. But if you notice the strong lineups of how it turned out, Diva was always on the left, completely opposite of Marshall. It was never the top score of Diva being in the right. And so part of that makes me believe, as you go through these squads and everything, that, yeah, maybe it's like Marshall, you want to keep lined up with Diva because everything in that lineup showed that she was better on the opposite side on the left. And, if I could switch this around and have Marshall on the right, I'd love to test it to see if those battle results came out the same way. But I'm sure those tank people out there who are looking will let me know. And also, take the battle results and take a look for yourself. If you're facing somebody, Lord knows how many people you face out there with air and those strong tank squads. Somebody left a comment on there, was like, yeah, but who in the game now is rocking tank? I'll tell you what, you guys know, and free to play over there knows, and whatever. When you're rocking a high missile, if you run into these strong tank squads, man, it's brutal. It's brutal. And that's why I had to build out an air squad for my number 2, because those tank squads just mess your game right up. You're just like, as soon as I look on a server and I see the top hero, I look at their strongest hero, and I see like Williams or somebody like that up there, I'm like, oh man, okay, here we go. Like, because you're just going to have to figure that out, because you're right, everybody else will have air, but that makes it worse, because now it'd be so much easier if there were, everybody had missile, because then I can just fight with missile. But you have all these airs out there and then one tank. So it's not like I can switch my squads. It makes it very difficult. I'm trying to throw my gorilla in the air to deal with the tank guy. Oh, but here comes the air people. And then they're going to hit you, and now you're weaker defending against the air people. So it just messes your whole game up. Just messes you up. Strategy. So, hey, what up, Caramel? Koala in the house. Koala, I'm coming up for you. You're getting close. You're getting close, Koala. Oh, you that missile squad. Did not forget you. We're getting close. Let me see. Let me catch it a little bit. Yeah, and I'll go over that. I want to run these real quick just to get a couple battle tests down on the sheet. On the sheet here, we're going to run the same squad, so I don't really need to track it. We'll just run this. Just want to get some damage down before we upgrade the T10s. And then see if they really make a difference or not, just going up in the small levels that we're going up. Will it even make a difference? We shall see. I'll just run a couple of them here. Damage popping. All right. 2.1, 2.2. Yeah, the new air video is out, and man, it is incredible. Comments are great. Like, I'm loving the feedback. Like, hey, listen, positive, negative. Like, feedback is feedback, man. It's great to hear. So. All right, one more, and then we'll call it 5, and that's good enough. We'll track our 5. Look at this. I'm telling you, you know what I like about tank, guys? I'm gonna love testing tank. I'm gonna love doing all of these tanks. First of all, this is my wifey isn't a big fan of all this, but I do this all the time when we're just like watching TV and stuff. Like, I'm just sitting here fighting, battling, doing. Listen, you don't get to have 400, 500 battles without just doing it all the time. It's it is exciting times. What are we getting here? Let me see. What do we get? 88. I need to sum all these up. 87.9. 0.9. All right. So here's what I love. I'm just going to show you real quick. All right. You know what? I'll just fill them in so you can see who it is. So it just makes more sense. Man. Okay. Here is what I'm gonna love about tank testing. Look at the consistency when you remove that freaking stun. Look at the consistency you get with tank. Now this is what I'm talking about. These are results I can live with. A data nerd loves consistency. This is great. Look at all of the battles from defense, from Kim's offense, from Stetman, from the total battle results. Look at those 5 battles. That is fantastic stuff. Now, if this was air, it'd be freaking all over the map because Skylar stuns like 17 times, and then you're like looking at one battle report versus the next, and you can't. You're trying to make heads or tails out of it. So what do you have to do? You have to run more battles to get better averages, and then before you know it, I'm at 400 battles because I gotta like believe the data to be the actual averages with that stupid stun. But that's great stuff right there. Great. For a data nerd, it's great anyway. What do you think? Strong team actives. Okay. Another lineup you need to check. Koala. What do I need? Kim, Marshall. In this order? You're putting Marshall in the 2 spot? Murphy, Williams, and Adam. Yeah, I've heard Adam. Adam, I hear, is good. I don't get to test those things, unfortunately, because my tank squad's my 3rd team, which I didn't invest in any. So wait a minute. You're putting Marshall in. That's not your order though, right? You must have like Murphy, Williams, Kim, Marshall, Adam, or something, or Adam in the middle. Those are just the 5 heroes you're listing. All right, Scarlet. Okay, even Scarlet. That's throwing it up. Okay, so even Scarlet, like, not in that order though. Scarlet, Kim. Okay. Oh, you in that? Koala. You in that front hero stuff? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. But I will test it. I like that. And I've been hearing so much about Scarlet. I don't use tank, so therefore I don't take advantage of Scarlet enough. Like Scarlet's skills aren't even up. Like I don't even touch like Scarlet's skills and stuff because I don't really use her. Because I don't use tank, but I will. You got it, Koala. You got it. I'm taking your lineup. You got Scarlet and Kim in the front, and then you're telling me the back is Marshall, Adam, and Murphy. Okay. Got it. All right. We'll give it a roll. Maybe we'll do it after reset. Maybe we'll get it rolling. Hey, speaking of a couple things, I'll actually give you a update on season 5 too. I put it in the Discord for people today, but there were a couple updates that were pretty cool. I don't know if you guys saw them. It's worth conversation. I'll tell you what, this season 5 sounding strategic to me. I'm liking it. It sounds fun. I gotta be honest with you. Like I'm getting giddy for it. I do love Warzone Duel, so don't get me wrong. I do love Warzone Duel, but man, am I getting pumped for season 5? It sounds like a lot of fun. And it's going to be my first season on 71, so I keep hearing playing season with Vader is the way to go, so I'm going to check that out. This week, everybody, in Storm Arena, oh my lord. Like, you want to talk about power galore? It is crazy. So, of course, we have Stickman, who is just ridiculous. I don't even know. 2 seconds ago, I made it to 3rd. I went from, 400 and something, all the way to 3rd. And then I bet you now, I'm looking and I'm 13th. I guarantee you, I'm going to get brutalized here. There he is. Look who hit me. Freaking Stickman. Look at this guy. You ready for this nonsense? This guy? Oh my god. 116.4 Stickman. It's just silly. That's my guy. It's just crazy. It's a head scratcher. If you're wondering what happened with the 68.3, why it's low, don't forget, I took my gear off and put it on tank, so these people, they can have a field day and beat me. I told the developers that when you're changing gear out in the field, you shouldn't be changing it in the arenas. It's not fun. Like, it's just ridiculous. But whatever, I don't care. Beat me. I don't really care. It's all good. This week, it doesn't matter. The top 10 is not happening. But look at this guy, 116.4. How do you get to 116.4? It's a great question. First of all, you do this with your exclusives. Holy crap. I mean, if you just figure what are those exclusives times 2, like times 3? I mean, the amount of exclusives, that's crazy. It's just wild. He's lucky. Let me tell you, Stickman, you're lucky I didn't have my gear on. If I had my gear on, this battle would have completely been different. That's all I'm saying. You would have lost at least 40. I would have killed at least 40. That's what I'm calling right now. You got a drone at 291. Absurd. I can't believe he doesn't have level 11 chips. I guess that'll tell you how hard it is to get level 11 chips. Because I can't believe he doesn't have those at this point. He's doing all this without a level 11 chips, and he's 116. Imagine when he gets those. 16 and a half Gorilla. He's at 4 on Strategic Pillar. That'll tell you right there how high people are for Strategic Pillar. Now, when you think about it, it's not like you could be much further than this. This has been controlled by the game because they've only been releasing the bond badges 10 at a time in the weekly. That's all you could really do. So he's had to, so that's probably the max anybody can be is Strategic Pillar. 19.3 and 10. He completed it. He did it. There it is. Whaleticle is done. Look at that accomplishment. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to message him. That's an accomplishment. 11.7. I'm gonna have to shoot him a message. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, my man. Pretty impressive. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, you look at some of these other ones, just crazy. His other teams right here, his second team, 115 for his air. And then, what the heck is, what's his morale after doing all this? Like, what's his morale? Oh, he's 3. He's 3179. All right, so that'll tell you the max. What was his first team with his gorilla? What was it? Oh, shit. Let's see. What is it? So there's your max. I'm going to guess that's about as high as you can get for morale and quantity right now, just straight up, without using, like, any tactic cards out in the fields, like attacking and stuff. 3205 and 3.02. I'm going to guess it's as high as you get. So if you're looking for a target to hit, and God knows when, there you go. There it is. So it doesn't let you know how far he is with this, but I don't know. It's probably coming pretty close. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna all these people. By the way, in here, my point was it's tough this week. 96. You're gonna have Abria. He's incredibly tough. You're gonna have the same thing. He's like 100 squads. The Crazy Deer's 100 squads. Stickman's 100 squads. And then you just go down and look at all the power here that's in here. Pitar, 322. So you know where Stickman is, right? At 325 million. And then you got Pitar at 322. You got Luna. We got CRSO in here. So all the people we had already talked about the other day. We got Luna and Legend and Wizard and Bua Bua 235. 197 for JSO. You got Hulk in here. I mean, it's just murderer's row to try to get in the top 15 this week. So, crazy. All right. We are at reset. Let's go. Let's get some material here. Let's see what we got. We're going to get... We'll get some material here, and then let's get 50. Okay. All right, let's roll here. Start this up, but let's do the, actually here. All right. I am at 8% right now. That's it. So... we'll level up this. I better put... actually, I just did all this and changed my gear. You guys are going to... Oh, actually, I don't. It doesn't matter. I just have to put. I don't have to change my gear around, but I do have to put Fiona in to just maximize my. Okay, now we're good. All right, let's go. Let's see. We got 9%, 10, 11. I've been saving all this. By the way, the only day in the week you should be updating this, by the way, is today for versus points. So if you're out there and you're not, and you're updating it weekly, do not update it every day. Please hold on to it for your versus team. There's no reason you're not going anywhere anyway. So update it responsibly. Okay, here we go. What are we going to get? All of that, and I might be able to get to... I'm out of core, I think, right? Yep, out of core. So we got to 22% is what we got to. So we're going to see if that made a difference, but I can probably move the training a little bit. Be my guess. Not sure how far. Who am I trying to catch up here anyway? Hulk's 575, 563. Okay, we'll get by Deer. Maybe. 63. 64. I don't think I'm going to go much further. 65. That's it. That'd be it. 65 for me. 14,435. I'm a little short there. So that must tell you where Hulk is. Hulk's at 575. So he must be pretty high up here. I'm sure because, I mean, I'm not buying the max material or anything. If you were buying the max material, you could easily, I'm sure, push that. All right, let me go here, daily here. Let's get our stuff, our weeklies, which we love. Oh, I got to do weekly again. We know we want our, we're there, our drone pack. We need that, and we need gears. That's our 3-pack. Need that. That's a must. And then what's in the store today? Oh, we got Bullseye. Now, you know what's funny about Bullseye? First time in a long time. Oh God, Vader loves me going through Moonstone. All right, let me go. General chat and Discord. 3205 isn't the highest I've seen. You seen higher than that? Free to play? What have you seen? You're saying look in the general Discord, okay? Yeah, I just I screenshotted that and put it in the season 5. As a bunch of screenshots instead of that. How high did you go? Yeah, I know, Vader. Moonstone is like unbelievable. Last for gaming, Yo-Yo, Shoulder, and Lucius exclusive weapon. Which one better to 31st? Lucius. Both at 20. Lucius. Schuler will guarantee you a stun. But Lucius, Lucius is this one he throws the shield on? Lucius breaks his grants holder 5 seconds, 6% attack speed boost, stacking up to 3 times. So you're getting 18%. I know that my air with for Lucius went through the roof. Schuler, you're going to get a guaranteed stun. I got to tell you, it's good to have, like, you know, to guarantee a stun. But before I got this, before I had her tactic to guarantee at least 1 stun, I almost always stunned. So it's like, what were you stunning really at those that ran air? I mean, 95% of the time you were getting a stun. Like, how often? It's not like your battles are that fast that you weren't getting a stun. So I don't know. I actually think it's kind of lackluster just guaranteeing a stun. I think it would be better to guarantee 2 stuns. you know, in a battle or something. I think that would have actually been better for an exclusive weapon. But, you know, considering the amount of times we were getting a stun to begin with, whatever. Free to play, I don't know what 0 is, but 3205, what's the highest you've seen is what I want to know. Oh, there he is, Death Wolf. Death Wolf. I hit you up on Discord today. Don't forget, you got to send me your gamer ID. I got to send you over a thing. Hey, by the way, quickly, I will tell you this too. Hey, everybody, you want to celebrate with the with us a little bit right now today? Thank you all for letting us accomplish that. How cool is that? Huh? Pretty darn cool. 2 months. 2 months. Y'all the best. So cool. That was like, damn. Just peppering that thing. So, celebration. Pretty sure summoner server is higher 3205. You're pretty sure free to play. Pretty sure isn't being 100% factual. Listen, free to play. I don't pretty sure it in the sandboxing. I make sure what we're doing over here. So you need to get that info. See what they actually are. Share it. Share it with what they are. 3205. I don't know. 3205 is what Stickman has. I don't know how he could be. Well, the only thing I'll say about Stickman, maybe, was he using a mix squad? Because, yesterday, when we talked about the data, we couldn't figure out why your squad was 20 higher than mine for morale, and we were trying to figure it out, and it was killing me all night. And then I realized, oh my God, I have Marshall in my team, in my missile, and my tank squad is terrible, and I have 0%. So I don't have Fiona in there making a full squad. So my full squad, it would have been whatever this is right now. I'm 3195 is what my full is. So I think you were 3189 is what yours was. So I'm 3195. That's what it was. And the reason why it was down was because I have Marshall with my missile squad. So it throws it down. But anyway, that'll throw that up. Let's test these. Let's test what we did there. We went from 8% to 22% for the. By the way, this is only the first thing. We're not even close. Like, this is only the first thing. We're 22%. Look how. I mean, crazy. Remember, $29,000. $29,000 to max those things out. It's crazy. Yeah, I know he sent me a DM. I don't like looking at, I don't like getting in the habit of, just sitting here messaging everybody and doing the messages, looking at them and having conversations. So I don't want to get into it. I'll message him after. I just knew if I didn't do it when I saw it and whatever, by the time I finished this live, I'd walk away from my computer and I would have forgot. I would have completely forgotten, not sent anything. So I only sent it so I'd remember. But I'll talk to him after. All right. So let's look at what the results say. Here we go. Same teams. Same battle. Does it do the T11s even from that little bit do anything? Anything different? Seven and 4.8. All right, we'll run a few different ones. Just preliminary. No. I mean, it's hard to tell. So I don't think it really. It's gonna show up, but we'll see. In all fairness, we'll run 5. No, it's gonna be the same. I don't think we're going to get much different out of that. So that'll tell you, all of this, trying to upgrade it. I'm sure once you get to the actual finish of putting a star on it or something, I'm sure it'll amplify it and they'll get a big bump from it. But just from doing what we did, no, not seeing it. Pretty much the same. I had the first actual glitchy one. I mean, you know, there's one stand-up. The only thing that I'm taking away from this is really like how consistent these reports are for tank. I'm gonna have tank done in no time for everybody. I am gonna have tank done in no time because these results are just so darn consistent. It's just crazy. Crazy. I mean, you look at the numbers for the most part. I mean, you're seeing up here, the 5 tests we ran, if you just took the whole 5 of them, you end up with 87.4. 437 with 87.4 average, right? And then the second 5 I just ran is 87.02, 435. So there really wasn't much of a difference, but it's almost like they're so darn consistent with the results. It's just, it's wild. It's very nice to have. But yeah, so we're not going to see. So for all you looking to spend your money out there, if you do get the T11s, there is zero rush. There is zero rush because you're not going to see. I was, I don't have my gear. All right, let me put my gear on to tell you because I think, we'll look and see what I was fighting you at free to play. I put the report aside so you could see it. Figured you would you'd be popping in tonight. Okay. Let me put the gear back now, and we'll see if my team really moved. I think my team was 75.9 something was my missile squad. Know what it was, but I just seen it too, and it was 9. Man, you know what's crazy is when you think about this game, how many times you really if you average it out, how many times from the start of this game have you switched your gear? Like, it's crazy. Everybody does it. And the game refuses to allow us to do this faster. Oh, damn it. The gun goes on Kim. Shield. I just started being able to put the gear on my tank. Blueprints on my tank. Or finally I'm getting gear on my 3rd squad. Because I maxed out my 2nd squad with gold prints. So, finally putting gear on my 3rd squad. Which will tell you, actually, by the way, for the first time in I don't know how long, I don't think I'm going to be doing Bullseye to the end. I don't think I'm going to be getting the Mythic because I don't need the prints anymore. Like, I'm going to get to the point of playing this game that I not going to be able to use the prints. So I'm just going to get the free prints that I get in the Alliance store every month to build out like my tank squad. I just don't see why I'm throwing money where I'm going to eventually fill out that team over time. Like, it's just going to take me time. I don't use my 3rd squad anyway right now. It's pretty useless. And until I can up the mastery in it to make it more competitive, there's nothing much I can do. So I'll add gear very slowly to my tank squad and build it out, which will help me test anyway for the different teams because I'll start testing with like a 1 dot and a 2 dot and a 3 dot gear. So I can start telling everybody like what the best gear, like what the difference is. What should you upgrade first? A 1 dot gun versus a 1 dot shield, 1 dot radar versus a 1. And then we can start talking about like, why wouldn't you upgrade? I've been saying this forever. Like, why wouldn't you upgrade a 1 dot? Like, if you only had 15 blueprints, is it better to upgrade something to a 2 dot? Or is it better to upgrade 3 1 dots on a team? I don't know. I'm going to tell you. Because I got a feeling 3 1 dots. I got a feeling if I can put a radar on, like, Murphy and Williams and 1 dot gun on Kim, it's better than not having any dots on Williams and Murphy and a 2 dot gun on Kim. So I will prove that out, though. We'll see what the tests say. But eventually, once we get there. But I figure that's how I'm going to build my gear out. Okay, so the team that I put all the gear on here, I got to take... I take her out, put Marshall in. So yeah, 75.97, which I think is pretty close to where I was. So that's in my base, though. My base is bound to be a little bit higher. Where is my report? There's free to play. There was our battle right here. I mean, look at Jimmy J over here, though. I mean, strong man. I mean, you are in 464, and he is 69.2. So, pretty impressive, sir. That's pretty damn good for being in server 464. Yeah, it's a loss. It's a loss. It's a feather on my cap. Feather on my cap, Jimmy J. I mean, it won't be long. You're climbing up the charts, sir. Won't be long. Yeah, look at you. You're gonna get that Lucius to 5-star. You don't even have that Lucius up. Where's your red shields? Where's your red shields? Get some mythics up in there, my friend. Get some mythics up in there. Stop embarrassing yourself. 186 on your way to 200. Looking chipper there. No rush, by the way. Zero reason to rush this. There's zero reason. Like, once you're at 150, just slow roll that. Rich, who's in my alliance, who you probably see, he just pushed to 200, and I think he got like a .02 or something for going to 200. So believe me, there's no reason. Yeah, I mean your components are almost the same as mine, man. And we're way behind me in server, so you're way ahead of me. Like, it's you're doing a great job. It's awesome squads, awesome squad. What's with the split? Stop it already. Just complete your mastery. Stop with this nonsense where you're trying to go to tactical. You know I hate this. Why didn't you display? What's your third squad? Your tank squad? What is your third squad? I'd love to know this. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm quite sure in Winterstorm that squad wasn't very impressive, whatever it was. I don't know why you're rushing it with mastery of, missile. So I'm sure that wasn't very impressive in that. So I would complete that. But 4.1, your deco, I mean, you're on fire, man. You're doing great. Good stuff. Good stuff for you. 9%. What do you, double defender? Oh no, attacker defender? 9. Oh, you got the attacker at 9%. Darn, that's really good, man. That is high up. I love this strategy, by the way. I love the defender attacker split, the tactic cards. I think it's just smart. I think it's smart. Why put all your eggs in one basket? Why not get an attacker defender? I mean, that's how your tech is set up. It's the same way. This is a conversation we have, right? Where I'm beating somebody and I show you the defense fortifications are terrible. That's why they're losing a battle. It's like, you do both. You do both. There's no reason why. You're going to attack sometimes. You're going to you want to defend sometimes. So, I don't know. I like it. I like it, sir. Wall is good. Look at your wall's way ahead of mine. Wall is amazing for where you are. Yeah, good job. Good job, Jimmy J. Count's impressive, man. Count's impressive. You're good. Yeah, you got... What, you got morale more than me? Yeah, of course you got morale more than me. I told you, I have Marshall in my lineup. So your morale isn't more than me, though. Your morale's more than me here. But if I had Fiona in, my morale would be higher. I highly encourage you, like, I do this. Actually, this battle's probably closer than it would have been had I had Fiona in here. I put Marshall in here to beat the missile squads. So if you have a missile squad that's equal to my missile squad, using Marshall wins me the battle every single time. Every single time. Yeah, dude, listen. It's incredibly impressive for free to play. That's all I'm saying. What did you send me? What did you send me there, Vader? Oh, did he get it? Oh, he got it. Another congrats. Our third VIP 18 on 71. Great work, King. Great work. Great work. Hard work. So King's been doing hard work in there, trying to get that. I mean, crazy. Yeah, awesome. And like again, I say this like my umpteenth time. What a freaking great guy, by the way. Just a freaking great dude, man. So very happy for him. Very happy for him. He joined the 3 million club. Now it's just gonna be like 6 months before he actually get. It's gonna be forever before he actually gets his base, but he'll do it. You know. A lot of servers be having 318. Yeah, not a ton. Not around us. I don't know. I mean, we have 96 that has 3. I don't know, Vader. Who else has 3 around us in our 64? I'm sure there might be another one or two, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, Golden. Yeah, well, Golden might have bought all 3 of them for all you know. I don't know. 96 and 71 are they the only ones? Wolf, it might be, right? Yeah. I see. It's funny. It's funny, James. Yeah, 107 has 2. Yeah, I know. They don't have 3 though. See, it's funny, James. You think that it's just a common practice, but it actually started after us. I wish it did. I wish it organized it in here so you can see it. It doesn't, so you don't know what servers actually have it or not. Like it doesn't actually. You got to click on them, and they're all out of order and stuff. But it's funny because you would think it actually started after us. The money started pouring into the game after us, not with us. So for you, it may be commonplace. For us, VIP 18s are still like, wow, oh, they got VIP 18. It's still like a wow thing. It's not a wow thing in the game. It's a wow thing in our server groups if somebody gets it. So I know as the game goes with the newer server groups, money just poured in there and people are, whatever, it's commonplace, but for us it's not. So congrats to King. Very happy for him. I'm sure he'll be showing that off in his. Hey, you know what else is crazy though? You get the VIP 18. Just that present alone, it's almost like you shouldn't get a base skin. Just that present alone scares people. I swear, he's gonna come up to people on Warzone Duel, and they're gonna move just when they see that present pop up. To go in. So, yeah, that is insane. Good for him. Okay. 984 has 3 18s. You know what's going to be impressive? Tell me what one has 4 18s. How about that? Now that's going to be the next thing. I'm going to go over a couple things that are pretty cool for Season 5 coming up that we were sharing and talking about. Pretty cool stuff for those that love to fight. You know that's the WWC. We love the fighting up in here. Keep the killing going. So, let's look at how they're doing it for Season 5. This is the newest release we got for stuff. So, battle times. They're basically doing the battle times 2 per day. So, Wednesday and Saturday are the battle times. So, we knew that. But now they also said when these contests are going to be actually, we're going to actually have the contests here. So, go over. Do this. Okay. So, they're going to do them 7 hours apart. So the contests are going to be split. There's going to be 3 of them, and they're going to do 1 hour battles, and it's going to be 7 hours apart is how it's going to work. So you're allowed to get one rest, which we'll go over next. But alliances can block one of those 3 battle periods as a rest period. Now, this is the interesting part. It says this period can still be used to attack. So that's interesting. So I don't know, does that mean that I can attack but I can't be attacked? Because if I'm in a rest period and we're not in war, then what does it mean that I can't wait to find out if that means that you can still fight, but like, can people fight you? I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it like a trade post where I can go in and hit you, but you can't hit me? Like, you know, where you're in the mud, I'm not. I don't know. Or like you can help. Maybe it means you can help another alliance where you can still attack people. They can't attack you because you're in your rest period. Either way, sounds incredibly fun. Sounds incredibly strategic. Is what it sounds like. You want to start making friends with other servers. Clear. It actually says that in here already. But I'll keep going. So each alliance can block 1 battle slot declaration a day as its a rest time. And this reduces the defense burden to 2 slots. So that way you only have to defend 2 different places, right? So you got, apparently, it's your cities and your banks that are going to be under fire. So the banks are used to, they said you can put a lot of things in your banks. It sounds like the way the banks are being used is you can deposit things in your bank, whatever they are. I don't know, maybe it's gems, maybe whatever they come up with is different materials. It sounds like you can put your money in the bank. And your bank can be robbed and people can come steal your stuff. But what it also sounds like is when you put stuff in your bank, it works as a bank where it starts gaining interest. So whatever you put in there can grow. So do you want to risk it and keep adding things to it and letting it grow, and grow? But then anybody can come and take your stuff and they can rob your bank. Like, if that doesn't sound so freaking cool, I can't wait. It sounds so much fun. I can't wait to go rob somebody's bank. I'm really looking forward to it. Then the other part of it is, can you pull stuff out of the bank? Like, do you get to be only risky to a point and then you pull stuff out of the bank? I don't know. Again, just sounds like it's a freaking great time. And I'm in. Push me down. Ready to fight. Let's roll. So you can have 15 consecutive hours of rest. So that makes sense, right? Because there's 3 different times you're going to fight. You're going to have 1 hour periods, and then you have a 7-hour break. So if you pick a time slot and you don't fight, then essentially that gives you a 7-hour break. And then again, you have your stop. So then you get another 7-hour break. So you have 15 hours. So if you want to do it around your alliance, maybe when you're sleeping or when you're working, each alliance I'm sure is going to be different, right? Like how you're going to strategize and figure out where you want. And by the way, how about the alliances that don't want the rest? Let's roll. Let's just fight 3 freaking times. Let's do it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you might want to rest. I'll tell you what, your speed ups are going to want to rest because you're going to run out of troops after a while. So even if all alliance, and this is another thing, even if all alliances set a rest time slot, there will always be at least 1 shared battle slot for conflict. Fighting doesn't disappear. I guess I don't understand that if everybody rests at the same exact time. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess okay, but I guess what they're saying is even if they probably figured it out mathematically, even if everybody used a rest spot, it's impossible to not have 2 teams not using a rest spot at one time. So there will always be battles during that time. I think that's basically what they're saying. Mathematical equations, mathematically everybody's using their time. So during your rest period, they can't attack your cities and banks during stuff. So that all makes sense. Restrictions on changes. So it looks like you have to decide when that rest period is going to be, though, on Monday. So you have to know your entire week when you want to use that rest day on Monday. And then you're going to get a long cooldown because you're not going to be able to adjust your rest day until the following Monday. So whenever you're picking those 2 times you're going to fight, you got to know ahead of time. So you got that going on. And then practical tips. So shift planning, gather and rotate troops 5 to 10 minutes before each battle slot. I don't know what they're talking about. When you're rotating troops. I'm not sure. Unless they mean people. Unless they mean like you're rotating out people. Set your alliance's weakest and least active slot as rest time. Okay, that obviously makes sense. Keep prime slots for major fights. Okay, that makes sense. Stagger. This is good right here, right? Look at this. Stagger with allies. So coordinate your rest time with friendly allies to form a relay defensive line. Freaking awesome. That just gets me so excited. I love this. This is all strategy. Friggin' 8 servers on at once. Gonna make friends. You're gonna be working together. You're gonna hate somebody. You're gonna be robbing banks. I'm amped. I'm ready. Ready to fight. Use rhythm. Focus on offense, defense, and escorts during battle slots. Use off slots for supply, repair, and prep. I don't even know. Supply, repair, and prep. Don't know what that means. As long as they have trade posts for speed ups, dial me in because I'll be using some major diamonds for speed ups. All right, so that's that update, right? That's pretty cool. Gave a little bit more schedule and stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you what, COB. Whew, it sounds like a friggin' anybody who's a warrior out there that loves to fight, this season is, I'm telling you, it's reminiscent of season 1. It's kind of bringing it back. Like you had season 2, 3, 4. Everybody kind of felt that was repetitive. It was fun. It was what it was. But man, 3 times a day, 2 times a week you're fighting? Freak. I mean, think about how much we love Winter Storm. It just makes you giddy. Like, you just man, you just get to freaking fight all day long? God, man. It's just, yeah, I love it. I love this game. Love this game so much. It's just so much fun when we can actually fight. Waited a long time to get to this season, so God bless the developers. All right, second thing. Let's keep talking. Season 5, Warzone Train, right? So they go into that too. So let's dig into the Warzone Train. All right, so Warzone Train is a cross Warzone trade feature dispatched regularly, and it travels a loop across the railway network, stopping at multiple Warzone capital cities along its route. So here, just to explain what I think this is, if we go in and look at the map, this is what I think's going on with this train. I think, where is it? Okay, right here. So here's the map. Oh, it's taking forever to load. Come on. I feel like I'm on dial-up internet. All right, so here's what I think is happening. This is what the map looks like, and here's your capitals, right? So, can I click in here? I can't zoom in? I can't zoom in. All right, hold on. I'll fix that. Okay. So here's your map. So this is what I think happens. I think that your train, here's your capital, right? And so what I think this game, it must go around in a grid where the train probably travels like this through all the capital cities around the entire grid. That would be my guess of what they're talking about, of how this train is going to work. So that sounds pretty cool already. All right, so that's how it's going to work. And then players can consign resources such as whiskey, holla, to the train as it stops at each station. The goods are gradually sold, generating steady returns. Okay, so maybe like you can sell stuff, I'm guessing, at these trains. Like you load it up and maybe it's your stuff, kind of like the trade post. Remember how people can buy your goods and then you get stuff from it? Maybe that's what it is. Like you load up, people buy your stuff. Now, you ready for the fun? Consigned cargo can be stolen by rivals or safeguarded through hero escorts. I imagine similar, if I had to guess what that means, I would imagine that's similar to our trains now, where you have your strongest person ride your train, and if you can beat them, then you get the plunder. That's probably what it is here too, where you can have it safeguarded by escorts whatever. So plunder, now this is the fun. You ready? Get giddy. Plunder attempts trigger battles, creating high-stake cross-war zone clashes. That's key right there to me. That is a key thing. So if you plunder somebody, it's going to trigger you to have a battle with that team across the war zone, because it tells you to be careful who you're doing it against. So I don't know how that's going to trigger it, or if it's against just the alliance, against the team, against a server on server war because you robbed their train. No clue. All right, station rules. At every stop, consignment and sales are settled. Both personal and station-wide limits apply, encouraging continuous participation. Okay, all good. They want you to trade. Instead of gradual sales, players can choose to offload goods in bulk at the next station for a higher price, trading stability for risk. So it sounds like if you're not going to get plundered and you want to go, it may be worthwhile. So think about it from this perspective. If you go from capital to capital, it's likely that your stuff is going to get plundered. If you want to risk it for the biscuit and you can go to the next capital and you think you can make it safely without getting plundered across, maybe that means when you sell your goods, you get like a bonus for having it make places. So this, I don't know. I'm thinking that might be good, Hey Bailey, welcome in. As always, good to have you. So I think that's cool. So lastly, it says Warzone Train is more than just an economic engine. This is the fun part. Catalyst for cross-server conflict. Alliances and war zones must balance income against danger, protection against plunder. As a result, the train becomes a pivotal strategic point that shapes the pace and tension of the entire season. So I'm telling you, whatever happens, this right here, whatever this really means, is going to be awesome. This plunder triggers battles across war zone clashes is clearly what they're talking about right here. If somebody's plundering you. So it doesn't just mean like a train today. Like if you beat a Alliance train, then you just get their goods and the train is over, right? You robbed it, it's on fire, and blah, blah, blah. This must mean there's an actual freaking war that happens because you plundered it. So, incredibly excited. Just, come on. It's just, if you don't get excited about all that stuff, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for you. That's just right up our alley. Right up our alley here. That's what we're trying to do over here. So, anyway, really cool stuff. So that was the latest update for you for the game. I think that was it. I think we already went through. That was the compact protection in the season 5. I shared it on the Discord. I saw you also did, Jimmy J. So thank you. But it's on the Discord. And as well as other seasons, by the way, everybody's pumping in more information. You can ask questions to any season, live questions. The people that have completed the season are helping people, real time with their issue, not go look up information somewhere randomly. We're helping everybody for every season on how to help from season 1 all the way through. So go ask your question if you have any in your current season. If you have a season upcoming and you're wondering what to do to prep for that season, go to Discord and ask them. They will let you know. They're pretty responsive, and it's fantastic. We went over the Desert Brawl, and that's coming up, by the way, this week. Our first Desert Brawl, which is pretty exciting as well. Because I believe I couldn't sign up for the Desert Storm. Yeah, see, Desert Brawl in progress. What is this? Oh, this is new. Oh, hold on. This is new. This just happened at reset. Okay, what do we got going here? Does it tell us who it doesn't tell us who we're fighting though yet. Am I in? They put me in? What time slot they put me in? Oh, that's right. It's all the same time slot, right? No matter what. Damn, that's a bad time. I thought it was later. Oh yeah, server time. Okay. Wait, server time. Yeah, that's I liked it when it was what was the time before? I thought it was instead of 13:30 before, it was I was doing Desert Storm at like 10, 11, 12, 6 hours. What was it, like 18? I think 1800 I was doing it. So, I don't know. So now everybody's got to play at this time. Server time, 13:30. So that's an odd time. I wonder if the Desert Brawl is getting us ready. I wonder if the server wars are going to be around that time too, the time slots. And if they're trying to get us conditioned for that. Let's see the grouping though. Is this the same? Oh, it's still the wide grouping to tell though. There's so many in here. There's too many in here. How many people are in this grouping? Oh my God. There's 92 in here. I'm in group 2. All right, cool. Oh, they separated at least. All right, so 23 in our group. Right here. You got to win. Move up. All right. 23 in the group. We'll see how we end up finishing. 5-point G. Rewards, matchmaking, grouping. Yeah, we already went through all the stuff. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting to see how they got it. They still have to group us. I don't know. I don't know why they don't do it ahead of time. Maybe they're just waiting for the alliances to get settled, and then they'll group you by teams. You're by your top, I guess, similar to Desert Storm. But this is going to be a blast too. Points earned at different rankings on the battlefield. Yeah, coming up. Anyway, this is going to be on Thursday, I believe. So, Thursday this week. Fun time. I'll tell you, I might have to I might have to take some time off of work. Make sure I make that. I don't know. That's gonna be too fun to pass up. Okay. Bad time for you, I know. Vader, what are you gonna do? You gotta do what you gotta do. Show rewards. Oh, you want to see the rewards? My bad. We're up here. Rewards are freaking really good. The rewards are here for points. These are for your individual points. This is easy to hit. I mean, that'll be easy, 200,000. Participation in here. So if you're the number 1 alliance for this week, you get another 10K. Looks like number 2 alliance gets 10K. Because you got 4 to the battlefield at a time. So 4 are going to be on the field at one time, which is going to get us ready for the season as far as I'm concerned. Like normally, we got to get ready for Season 5 where we're going to have 8 in a battlefield. So we might as well get ready for 4 at a time, and then we'll jump and double it. But this is pretty good. 5K. Not bad here. And then battle results, you're going to get these for points. For Tatsuki and point B. So these are the points and rewards for here. But then there's also more rewards for for finishing. I think that's here. Yeah, right here. So if you fit after I think this is going to be, I forgot how many. Is this 6 weeks that we're doing this? Actually, I think this is 6 weeks. Oh, so we probably got a while before the season, by the way. I bet they're not going to have this brawl going while the season's going. That would be too time consuming. We can't be having this go on and then in the morning and then fighting the season. So my guess is Season 5 isn't for another 6 weeks. Because this is just starting this week and I think it's a 6-week tournament. Oh, it shows 33 days? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, and my guess, I bet you this is how long it's going to take to get to Season 5, by the way. I don't think we're close to Season 5 now. I thought Season 5, we got the Warzone duel right now that we're in. I thought we would finish the Warzone duel in 2 weeks. And then I thought maybe it would be another week or 2 after that. But now this tells me it's going to be at least 33 days before this ends. And then it's going to be at least a week after that. So the Season 5 is probably, we're going to be talking about Season 5 for a long time. Because I don't think it's going to happen. We're probably talking like 40 days. Because I can't imagine they're going to run this during Season 5. Everybody knows when you get in the season how freaking time consuming it is when you start the season. There's no busier time in this game than when you start the season. I mean, jeez, how long are you online? Sometimes it feels like you're online like 21 hours in a row. trying to make sure you're doing all your stuff and getting stuff done and killing the zombies and getting your resistances up and all. I mean, I'm telling you, I haven't played this game. I've never played this game more than when the seasons have started. That's the most I've ever played the game. My wife is ready to strangle me when we're doing that. You think a week for preseason? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There's at least a week. Yeah, because this will end at 33 days, and then there's at least a week usually prep where they give you the season information. And they tell you, like, we're starting next Sunday. It's not like this is going to end 33, and then day 34, they're going to start the season. I mean, they could, but I don't. I usually, I would have to see. So when's 11/10? What does 11/10 fall on? We know this is 11/10. I can't click my little calendar thing. Let me look. Let me check my phone. So 11/10 falls on probably a Sunday would be my guess, right? 11/10 is on 11/10 is on a Monday. So this ends on a Monday. You know, we're not gonna have a season on a Monday. Gonna be Sunday night is the season. 11/10. Well, it's game time. Game time 11/10. So essentially that is Sunday night 7. So it technically could start like at exactly the time this ends. This counter, it could start, but I don't know. Either way, I'm just telling you we got 33 days. That at the very minimum, we got 33 days to wait because they're not running the season while this is going on. That would be my my guess. So anyway, those rewards here I was looking at, very good. Number 1, if you finish number 1, you get 60K honor points. That's just freaking wild for Alliance Ward. And your war zone, everybody in your war zone gets 5K. So awesome. 2 through 5. If you finish 2 through 5, you get 55K, which is awesome. Everybody in your war zone gets 4.5. So far, finish 5th, you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. And then if you finish 6th through 16th, you get 50K, 4K to your war zone. Listen, I think that's awesome. Last time I checked, 50K, that's almost all your mythic prints right there. So pretty good. And then even the servers that are just participating, like if you win 17 through 32, you're going to get 50K for that alliance and 3.5 for your server. If you're finishing in last place, you're getting 45K. So, that's a lot. That's a lot because don't forget, you're also getting every single week. Every single week, you're still getting your Desert Storm bonus. So it's not like this is the only one you're getting. You're still getting your normal allotment every week for your for your play. So to then plop 60K on your lap, that's awesome. That's awesome. And the fact we're starting this week and we got Warzone Duel going, hey, listen, Deathwolf, I'll tell you, you better be getting your prints. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it this time. You got Warzone Duel and you got this going. Come on. You got it. You got to get your honor points and get your prints. Got to get those prints. Should be going. Anybody. Great rewards, though. Great rewards. So I highly encourage for those at it when it comes out. I highly encourage your Alliance register. I don't know. Like, obviously, it depends on. I think it takes the top 4 alliances on the server, I think is what it took. Because that makes 4 different groups. And I think it was like, what did it make? Yeah, 4 groups. Because I think it takes the top 4 on your server. And I forgot how many servers were participating in this. It had it last week at the bottom. I don't know where they put that, but wherever it is. There were about, I think, like 12 servers or something, or 16 servers that were in each one. So, yeah, I highly encourage it. All right. That is all for me tonight. Thank you for joining. We are no live tomorrow night. Boo-hoo. We have a couple of videos coming this week, though. We already have a full slate coming more. You asked, you got it. We have some really cool content coming up. Probably next week. I just have to finish it, including the tech series for gold. which people have been asking for. So I found like a bunch of ways, like a whole slot of ways to tell people for gold, where to get gold for their tech. So I'll be showing that and releasing that soon. So, yeah, content's out. Thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate y'all, and talk to you probably day 4 versus day 4 Hero Day. Hero Day Live is the next live. All right. Have a good night, everybody. QB18 out.